Hi there, Taurus. Welcome into your April 2026 reading. We're just going to take a look at what do you need to know this month. If you've got any suggestions for monthly questions, please put them in the comments. I would love to hear them. I feel like I want to change it up from time to time instead of just always doing what do you need to know and what are you growing from. So if you've got suggestions, please let me have them. All right. Clearing the air here for your energy, clearing my energy. And let's get this ball rolling. How are you doing? I hope you're all doing well. I'm going to just put this out there. Luna has been really freaking bat crazy this morning. Going every which way, trying to jump onto the refrigerator, jumping on my stand over here. So let's hope she settled down because kind of gave her a piece of my mind. So let's see for Taurus, please. April. Oh, goodness. What do we got here? Oh, you've got Uranus just entered its 29th degree in Taurus, leaving your sign and entering into Aries in about a week's time. When does that happen? Is it this week or is it 17th? I don't know why I've got the 17th in my head. So, but it happens this month, to say the least. So, oh, you've got Treasure Island. Aries had Treasure Island as well. Message in the bottle. A lot of water here. I don't know. Are you going on a cruise? I don't know. That could be someone in particular. Feeling like I've got more here. I don't know. Yeah, you just receiving, truth be told, there's yeah, I don't know. Let's take a look here. Definitely have a message coming in over a landline. That's interesting. People actually have landlines now. I don't know. I guess if you're old school, you would. That was interesting. Spirit, over a landline. Oh, you are the landline. Okay, so you're receiving the message. You're receiving the download through dream state, through consciousness. There's some clarity that that's going to be coming in this month. Got Temperance coming out here, flipping right in the deck. Love that. Things coming into balance. You've been doing some good healing on yourself, Taurus. Is that the whole reading? No, didn't think so. Oof, my goodness. We've got the Tower. There's Uranus. There's Uranus energy. Shock and awe. Surprise. 5 of Cups. Got the Judgment card, which says karma in this deck. 3 major arcanas. That's interesting because Aries had 4 cards out and there were 3 major arcanas. Was it Aries? I don't know. I can't keep my memory straight here. I think something's coming to shake you up out of very low energy. We will take a look at that Tower and that Judgment and that 5 of Cups for sure to see what that is. It's either waking you up or this Tower is creating it's very heavy disappointment. Nine of Wands. Been working hard at yourself. Two of Wands. You've been clearing a path. I want to say Spirit's been clearing a path as well within you. Oh boy, when I look at that tower, my face gets warm. It's like sitting too close to a fire. I don't. What is this? Walk away. Eight of Cups. The High Priest, the Hierophant energy, and the Ten of Pentacles. Okay. All right. Let's take a look at that tower. What is this coming in for April for Taurus? Spirit, show me clearly. Oh, it's been a held temper. A held temper. It's like you've been holding yourself back from saying something. And you're being gifted an opportunity to speak your mind. This could have already happened, but Tower in the center row for me is the now present moment. So this could be happening now. This could be backlash from somebody else, but somebody's been holding their tongue, and it can't be held anymore. So I feel like there's, you've got plenty of opportunity to. I feel like the opportunity slips out of your hands to, you think about, okay, maybe this is a conversation or something that that's going to happen or coming, and you're like, okay, you're talking to yourself, I'm going to handle it this way, this is how I want to present myself, but then in the moment, everything blows up. All of the planning goes out the window. All of the better options go out the window, and then afterwards it's like, oh my gosh, what did I do? Or, not just what did I do, just like, I don't like how I feel because I reacted instead of responded. Right? So, yeah, that's what that Five of Cups feels like. It also feels like it's an old part of you that's what you were doing. You were trying to talk yourself into, I'm not going to react like I would have done in the past, right? So I want to respond. I want to respond from a good healed space, temperance. I've done a lot of work on myself. Nine of Wands, temperance. I just, I want that to be expressed out. And then, but someone, whoever is on the other side of this, because this is not just you alone, whoever is on the other side of this hits that button, just presses that on an old button of yours. They treat you the same way that they've always treated you. Gonna say that, because they're not seeing the new you. They're just they can't see you through, because they're still wearing the old lenses. There's why does that feel familiar? I feel like that came up in the readings yesterday that I was doing. So if you want to go back, the collective reading, the divine masculine and the divine feminine, they kind of blur together. There's that energy here, especially for the collective. It's like, yeah. How do you? Yes, it's just, it's like there are going to be people who are going to always see us in one way because they can't see us through dirty lenses. It's the best way I can put it. So uh, that kind of feel, and I feel like that's what happens here is you this moment gives you a kind of a glimpse of that old aspect of yourself, but it also gives you the glimpse of the old pattern that maybe that you still are working on clearing. The spirit is saying keep going with that, keep doing what you're doing, keep looking at yourself, and you know everything that's coming through for you now, what every circumstance is the message, and you are receiving the downloads, you know, maybe when you're sleeping, but you're also receiving the messages through the interactions that you're having and the conversations that you're having, or the lack thereof, you know, in your day-to-day life, right? But something, this tower and this judgment, something does wake you up out of a reverie. That's kind of what I was feeling when I saw the Five of Cups earlier, is being woken up out of a reverie. Like you've been maybe, I don't know, low self-esteem, self-image, sadness, depression, maybe winter, you know, coming out of winter. I know a lot of people suffer from seasonal affective disorder. Um, but something's waking you up, and it's presenting to you an opportunity to see the work that you have done and see what still needs some fine tuning, right? So maybe that is Uranus getting out of your energy, and moving into the Gemini energy for the next few years. What is it? Is it a 7-year cycle? So look back. What has been going on for you for 7 years? You know, what's happened in your life? I believe it's 7 years. Um, 8 years. May 15th, 2018. I know May 15th is significant to a Taurus friend of mine who may or may not be watching this video. It is her birthday. So go back. What began either in your physical experience? This, I'm not just talking to my friend, I'm talking to everybody. And but what most importantly, what started happening within you? What changes did you start noticing back then? If you keep a journal and you still got those from back then, go back and reread it from May, you know, in the first few weeks, few months, and see if you can notice any shifts. There's something finalizing here. Okay, you have had to walk away in order to have this new direction laid out in front of you. Okay, you've done a lot of work, you've paved the way, and for some of you, and I know for my friend, she had to walk away from a marriage that may have been great at one point in time, but she no longer resonated with it. So maybe you resonate with that as well, as you know, maybe you had to walk away. Maybe at the end of April you were walking away from an old traditional family dynamic. Maybe it's a marriage, maybe it's moving out, talking to my friend here. Maybe, but the thing is, I want to say it's not about the walking away and moving away. It's what's important to me is what she's walking toward. She's taken a look at all these 8 cups, right? She's done the work. She's filled every one of, she's emptied them of all the old energy, and she's filled them with her own energy. Because typically these cups are toppled over and spilled out. She's stacked them up. She's filled them up and stacked them up so they can support each other now. She's gotten only to this place, and she's found herself. She's woken up. don't know why that's Spirit's having me do that. But now she's been given this new direction. She feels it in her bones. He or she, doesn't matter. Just female on this card. She feels it in her bones. She's taking her power back, creating a new energy that, like I said, people who are comfortable with you being the way that you've always been are not going to be able to see this new energy. They're not going to be able to receive it. They're not going to be able to handle it. So there may be people that fall away. Let them. There may be, doesn't matter who they are, especially if they're family. Okay. I cannot, from my own experience, I cannot stress enough that just because you're born into a family doesn't mean that they're family. I just putting that out there. So now you've got a new direction and have a new path unfolding, and now and you found yourself, and you're curious enough that you want to receive more of who you're becoming, because you're beginning to enjoy who you're seeing. Even if you're seeing, old parts of yourself come up, you're like, okay, I love that I can see that. I love that I can acknowledge that. And you may be tapping into your higher power, your higher self, God, whatever it is you believe in, to receive guidance. You could have some definitely with the treasure island here, definitely could have an increase of abundance. Could be money, could be just joy, happiness, the inner light within you, feeling more stable and secure, wanting to create a home life that's more conducive to who you are now and who you're becoming, not to who you used to be and how people are used to you being. You get what I'm saying? So let's take a look at this. Eight of Cups. Let's see where. Well, all right then. It kind of came out a little cattywampus, so there is still some healing to do, but there's hope. There is hope on the horizon, Spirit is saying. There is hope on the horizon. Let's take a look at this High Priestess, or High Priest rather. Well, okay, High Priestess. Yeah, so, using your intuition, tapping into, like I said, tapping into your higher self for guidance, sitting, with that every day, your strength. Yes, this is about your inner strength, for sure. Oh, I love that. Hang on here. Okay. I feel like I can also say that family is actually those that you consider family, that you were born into. Um, they're the catalysts that help you see the strength within yourself. So I have told this story many times and in different videos in the past. Since my mom has passed a year and a half ago, that when my mom was here, we had a very strongly opposing relationship. Um, and since she's passed, I have discovered and realized through communicating with her in spirit is that she was here to, everything that she did physically in this lifetime, not everything, but the majority of it, was to put my light out. But the truth of that, so there's some clarity coming in here, there's some truth coming in for you. So the truth for me was, because after she passed, every time I would ask to tap into her, I would hear her say, "It's time for you to shine, Mary Jo." And every card I would pull, I pulled the same card that said shine on it for I can't tell you how many weeks after she passed. So she is like, she was here to break me down so I can realize that I gave my power to her, number one, but that I never was without the light that was within me, right? And then through my own process, starting to rebuild myself, gaining my strength and my taking my power back, and uh, uh, doing, what I'm here doing, because she was one that um, it was like having bipolar. It was like she would talk poorly about what I do, but then she would, in front of people, out and about, she'd be like, oh, she'd boast about me. So it was like very confusing. So there, all those moments were to build my strength, and to, instead of taking things personally, I've learned to look at what was it actually showing me and teaching me. So if you can get on the other side of that coin, so to speak, you could see the beautiful blessing that whatever this is. Uh, so family is often the catalyst. If you've been born in and contracted to be born into a dysfunctional family, um, I feel like you're discovering the truth of what that actually means. And it's not what you've always been told. Okay. And it's through your connection with your own divinity, and through the connection with your, God, whatever you believe in, your higher power, your higher self. It's through that connection that you leave this legacy. Like I said, though, there are going to be people who are not going to be able to see you in this new frequency. They don't, it's harsh for me to say this, but they don't matter right now. What matters is the person that looks back at you when you look in a mirror. That's what's important. That's the legacy that you want to leave, because there are other people that are a part of your path that they're going to see your worth and your value, and they're going to see the work that you've done on yourself. They're going to see the familial programming and patterns that you've cleared over the years that you no longer abide by, the traditions you no longer abide by. Traditions are traditions, but traditions are meant to grow and expand and morph into something new. So in my personal opinion, so you are morphing into something very brand new. Um, and like I said, there is definitely hope on the right horizon. Maybe there is somebody that you can settle down with, if you are open to that, if you are not already with somebody. But if you are with somebody, then this just grows that. It makes it richer, sweeter, have more grit to it, because you have evolved within yourself. This may involve other people and the teachings that you've had in the past, but the core to this is you, Taurus. This is all about you. It's all about taking those undesirable aspects of yourself, the things that you um, see yourself repeating, and choosing a different path. I choose to align with the version of myself that is abundant. I decide, I choose to align with the version of myself that is um, sexy, healthy, fill in the blank. Fill in the blank. And I'm going to tell you that changing the words to manifestation for me have really worked. I've told this story, don't know if you've heard it, but instead of all the years that I was quitting or trying to quit smoking, and I have quit cold turkey many times in the past, and then I've started again, right? I started to try to quit smoking again this last time. And I was like, wait a minute. Spirit kept saying I needed to change my wording. So I settled on the word decide. Instead of intention or choose, the word decide, whatever the frequency of those 6 letters are, DEC, whatever, the frequency of it, that's what worked. There has been no withdrawals, no desire to buy a pack, stop at the store, go to a friend's house that I know smokes. Actually, I've chosen to stay away from those who do smoke, so I can build up my resilience and my strength. I feel like this is maybe something that you maybe suggested to you right now, because it's coming out of my mouth, is choosing to build up your strength and your taking your power back by keeping a distance from people, certain people, whatever. You'll know where this lands for your own self. But change the wordings that you're using, the words that you're using, um, because what you've used in the past may have helped and worked in the past, but it's not going to now, because you're not the same as you were back then. You may think you are, because some of the old stuff is coming up, but you're not. Like I said, look in the mirror. That's the only one that matters right now. Doesn't matter what anyone else is saying. Doesn't matter what doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter. Spirit saying, it's giving me the cutoff sign right there. So I'm going to leave that there. Definitely, I want to take a look at the message of the bottle real quick for April. And love. The message from Spirit is love. Love yourself. Know that you are loved. You are worthy of love. You exude love. Could be somebody expressing how they feel for you. All right, well, that was quick. Yeah, sweetgrass connection. I'm going to read this for your final guidance. It's a number 1 card. So there could be a new beginning in love with someone. Maybe somebody from the past. I feel like I want to say this is a new beginning in love with yourself. With yourself, seeing yourself in a totally new light. You're not a depressive. You're not ugly. You're not overweight. You're not poor. You're not, but fill in the blanks. You're not. Choose to decide to align with the version of yourself that is this on all levels, right? Connection. The connection with yourself is what I feel is important here. Your connection with your divine, your divinity. Sacred sweetness, healing, sacred presence. Sweetness is one of the sacred medicines traditionally used to invite positivity, connect to spirit, and cleanse spaces with its sweet fragrance. I use sweetgrass. I have a braid of it, and I absolutely love it. Speaking of Tauruses, my friend Taurus just sent me a message on Messenger. I just got the notification. That's funny. Good morning, you. So the indigenous guidance is sweetgrass calls you to invite sacredness into your life. This is a time to honor the beauty and sweetness that comes from connecting with the divine. Yeah. There's been a lot of that, using that word sweetness across a lot of my readings lately. And there's just something about this month and the time that we're in is grabbing onto the sweetness of the nectar of life right now, because there's a lot of bullshit going on in the world that just wants to draw our attentions away from the light that we are and the truth that is. So remember that you are part of something greater. Can't make this shit up. And through healing yourself, you help to heal the collective. Draw upon the sacred sweetness within and share it with those around you. Yes, it starts with you, Taurus. It starts with you. All right, fill your cup. I love you. I will see you next month. And yeah, drop those suggestions in the comments below if you've got any ideas of what kind of questions I could be doing the monthly readings with. So I love you. Take care of yourself. We'll see you next time.